Hello to all the friends here on YouTube. Um, I'd like to first take a second and explain why I'm doing this video. I've found myself several times in my Kabbalah studies wishing to listen to excerpts from the Zohar in English while I work, drive, etc. And have had difficulty finding this. So I have decided that I will put up a version of some of the Zohar. I would love to get feedback from all the friends out there in YouTube land on what you think of this, and if you'd like to see more of this kind of content. What we'll be reading from today is probably can't see it very well, it's dark here. It's not important to see me anyway. What we're going to read and attempt to draw surrounding light with is much more important than that. So I'll just explain to you. This is the Pritzker edition of the Zohar. This is the one that was essentially translated by Daniel Matt. If you've done any Kabbalah research, especially in YouTube land, you've probably run across Mr. Matt. He did, or is currently doing, an entire translation of the complete Zohar. So this is volume 1, which would be Beresheet. Let's go here to the contents. Yeah, so this would be Parashat Beresheet, Parashat Noah. So this is volume 1, literally the beginning of the Sefer de Zohar. And I don't know how much I'm going to read, but we're going to go through this together. Please remember as we do so to bring your intention to attract surrounding light, to increase your connection, or better said, to remove that which blocks your connection with others, from converting the will to receive to the will to bestow, through use of that intention, through use of the Masak as it is described to us. So without further ado, we find the beginning here, and we will read the Zohar together in English. If you have not studied the Kabbalah, then just listen to the Zohar. It is a profound book. It's filled with light. And remember, if you're somewhat new to this, the intention is not to intellectually understand what we're reading. The intention is to attempt to understand it, to desire to understand it, to let it speak to you internally, as we're told time and again by Rav Lightman. Nothing here is speaking of anything in the corporeal world. This is all spiritual actions that take place within our experience in consciousness. So that said, let us begin. So this is Hakdamat Hefer. So we will start with the introduction to the Zohar, which is in the Zohar itself with Hakdamat Sefer de Zohar. I'm having to use a light here to see. Rabbi Hezekiah opened like a rose among thorns. So is my beloved among the maidens. Who is a rose? Assembly of Israel. For there is a rose, and then there is a rose. Just as a rose among thorns is colored red and white, so Assembly of Israel includes judgment and compassion. Just as a rose has 13 petals, so Assembly of Israel has 13 qualities of compassion surrounding her on every side. Similarly, from the moment Elohim, God, is mentioned, it generates 13 words to surround Assembly of Israel and protect her. Then it is mentioned again. Why again? To produce 5 sturdy leaves surrounding the rose. These 5 are called salvation. They are 5 gates. Concerning this mystery, it is written, "For I raise the cup of salvation," Psalms 116:13. This is the cup of blessing, which should rest on 5 fingers and no more. Like the rose sitting on 5 sturdy leaves, paradigm of 5 fingers. This rose is the cup of blessing. From the second Elohim till the third, 5 words appear. From here on, light, created, concealed, contained in the covenant, entering the rose, emitting seed into her. This is the tree bearing fruit with its seed in it. That seed endures in the actual sign of the covenant. Just as the image of the covenant is sown in 42 couplings of that seed, so the engraved explicit name is sown in 42 letters of the act of creation. Rabbi Shimon opened. The blossoms have appeared on earth. The time of pruning has arrived. The voice of the turtle dove is heard in our land. The blossoms are the act of creation which appeared on the earth. When? On the 3rd day, as it is written. The earth brought forth vegetation. Then they appeared on the earth. The time of pruning has arrived, the 4th day on which the pruning of tyrants took place. Lights spelled deficiently. The voice of the turtle dove is the 5th day, as is written, "Let the waters swarm with a swarm of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth and across the expanse of the sky." Generating offspring is heard the 6th day, as is written, "Let us make a human being who is destined to declare acting before hearing." For here is written, "Let us make a human being," and there is written, "We will do, and we will listen." In our land is the Sabbath day, paradigm of the land of eternal life. The blossoms are the patriarchs who entered the divine mind before creation and entered the world that is coming, where they were treasured away. From there they emerged secretly and were concealed within prophets of truth. When Joseph was born, they were concealed within him. When Joseph entered the Holy Land, he planted them there. Then they appeared on earth, were revealed there. When are they visible? When the rainbow is revealed in the world. When the rainbow appears, they are revealed. Then The time of pruning has arrived, time to excise the wicked from the world. Why are they spared? Because the blossoms have appeared on the earth. Had they not appeared, they would not remain in the world, nor would the world endure. Who sustains the world, enabling the patriarchs to be revealed? The voice of children engaging in Torah. For the sake of those children, the world is saved. Corresponding to them, we will make you wreaths of gold. These are little children, youngsters, as is written. Make 2 cherubim of gold. Rabbi Elazar opened. Lift your eyes on high and see, who created these? Lift your eyes on high, to which sight? The sight toward which all gaze. Which is that? Opening of the eyes. There you will discover that the concealed ancient one, susceptible to questioning, created these. Who is that? Who? The one called end of heaven above, whose domain extends over everything. Since it can be questioned, yet remains concealed and unrevealed, it is called who? Beyond, there is no question. This end of heaven is called who? There is another below called what? What distinguishes the two? The first, concealed one, called who, can be questioned. Once a human being questions and searches, contemplating and knowing rung after rung to the very last rung, one who reaches there. What? What do you know? What have you contemplated? For what have you searched? All is concealed, as before. Concerning this mystery, it is written, what can I take as a witness to you? What can I compare to you? When the holy temple was destroyed, a voice cried out, what can I take as a witness to you? What can I compare to you? I take what as a witness to you? Every single day I have called witnesses against you, since days of old. As is written, I call heaven and earth to witness against you this day. I compare you to what? Precisely. I crowned you with holy crowns, gave you dominion over the world. As is written, is this the city that was called perfect crown of beauty, joy of all the earth? I called you Jerusalem built up, a city bound together. Now, what can I liken to you to console you? Just as you sit desolate, so it is above, as it were. Just as now the holy people do not enter you in holy array, so I swear to you that I myself will not enter above until your inhabitants enter you below. This is your consolation. I compare this rung to you completely, but now that you are here, your ruin is as vast as the ocean. Yet, if you say you cannot endure or be healed, then who will heal you, really? That concealed high rung in which all exists will heal you and raise you up. Who is end of heaven above? What is end of heaven below? Jacob inherited this, running from end to end. From first end, who? To last end, what? For he stands in the middle. So who created these? Rabbi Shimon said, Elazar, my son, cease your words, so that the concealed mystery on high, unknown to any human, may be revealed. Rabbi Elazar was silent. Rabbi Shimon wept and paused for a moment. Then he said, Eleazar, what is these? If you answer, stars and constellations, they are always visible there, and were created by what? As is said, by the word of Haviah, the heavens were made. As for things concealed, such would not be referred to as these, for that word indicates something revealed. This mystery was only revealed one day when I was at the seashore. Elijah came and asked me, Rabbi, do you know the meaning of who created these? I answered, These are the heavens and their array, the work of the Blessed Holy One. Human beings should contemplate them and bless him, as it is written, When I behold your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars that you set in place. Haviah, our Lord, how majestic is your name throughout the earth. Elijah said to me, Rabbi, the word was concealed with the Blessed Holy One, and he revealed it in the academy on high. Here it is. When concealed of all concealed, verged on being revealed, it produced first a single point, which ascended to become thought. Within it drew all drawings, graved all engravings, carving within the concealed holy lamp, a graving of one hidden design, holy of holies, a deep structure emerging from thought called me, who, origin of structure, existent and non-existent, deep and hidden, called by no name but who, seeking to be revealed, to be named, it garbed itself in a splendid, radiant garment, and created Elah, these. These attained the name, these letters joined with those, culminating in the name Elohim, until it created Elah, these. It did not attain the name Elohim. Based on this mystery, those who sinned with the golden calf said, These are your gods, O Israel. Just as me, Imai, is combined with these, so the name Elohim is constantly polysemous. Through this mystery, the universe exists. Then Elijah flew off. I did not see him. From him I discovered the word whose mysterious secret I have demonstrated. Rabbi Eleazar and all the companions came and bowed down in front of him. Weeping, they said, If we have come into this world only to hear this, it is enough. Rabbi Shimon said, So the heavens and their array were created by what? As it is written, When I behold your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and stars that you set in place, how majestic is your name throughout the earth. Your splendor is celebrated above heaven, to attain the name. For it created a light for its light, one enclosed in the other, and it attained a high name. So, in the beginning Elohim created, Elohim above. For Ma was not so, is not composed until these letters, these, are drawn from above to below, and mother lends daughter her garments, though not adorning her with her adornments. So when does she adorn her fittingly? When all males appear before her, as is written, All your males shall appear before the sovereign Yahweh Havayah. This one is called sovereign, as is said, behold the ark of the covenant, sovereign of all the earth. Then the letter He departs, and Yod enters, and she adorns herself in masculine clothing in the presence of every male in Israel. Other letters Israel draws from above to this sight. These I remember, with my mouth I mentioned them. In my yearning I poured out my tears, drawing forth these letters. Then I conduct them from above to the house of Elohim, to be Elohim like him. With what? With joyous shouts of praise, the festive throng. Rabbi Elazar said, my silence assembled a temple above, a temple below. Indeed, a word is worth one coin, silence too. A word is worth one coin. What I said, the meaning I aroused. Silence, too. By holding my silence, two worlds were created, erected as one. Rabbi Shimon said, from here on, contemplation of the verse, as is written, the one who brings forth their array by number. These are two rungs, each of which should be inscribed. One is what, the other who. This above, that is below. The one above is inscribed by the words, the one who brings forth their array by number, the one who is known beyond compare. Similarly, the one who brings forth bread from the earth, the one who is known, the lower rung, and all is one. By number, 600,000, standing together, generating forces according to their kind, beyond number. And calls them each by name, both the 600,000 and their forces. What does this mean? By name? If you say they were called individually by name, not so. For then the verse should read each by its name. Rather, as long as this rung had not ascended and was still called me, who, it did not give birth nor bring forth what was hidden, each according to its kind, though all of them were hidden within. Once it created these and attained its name Elohim, then by the power of this name it yielded them perfectly. This is the meaning of calls them each by name. By its very name it called forth each and every kind to exist perfectly. Similarly, see, I have called by my name Bezalel. I mentioned by name so that Bezalel would attain perfect existence. His great might, what is this? First of rungs to which all desires ascend, ascending there secretly, and vast power, mystery of the upper world, which attained the name Elohim, as we have said. Not one is missing, not one of those 600,000 generated by the power of the name, because not one is missing whenever any of the children of Israel died as punishment for their sins. The people were counted, and not even one of the 600,000 was lacking, so that everything accorded with the paradigm. Just as not one is missing above, so not one is missing below. We're going to stop there. I hope that you've enjoyed this. Please let me know if you would like to hear more of the Zohar in English. leave your comments below. May this be a blessing to everyone who hears it. May it draw surrounding light, the light that reforms. And thank you for your time.